Hey guys, welcome to English World. In this lesson, we'll learn direct and indirect speech or reported speech. Reported speech is all about converting the three main types of sentences: statements, questions, and requests, instructions, or advice from direct to indirect speech. Indirect speech is also called reported speech. There are two ways of saying what someone else said in the past. For example, Ben said, "I am busy now." Here, I am reporting the message of the speaker in the exact words as spoken by him. And this is called direct speech. Ben said that he was busy then. Here, I am reporting the message of the speaker in my own words. And this is indirect speech, also called reported speech. In direct speech, the words actually spoken should be in quotes and should always begin with a capital letter. In indirect speech, we don't use quotation marks. The conjunction that is used only in indirect speech. In informal situations, we can often leave it out, like Ben said he was busy then. While converting a direct speech to indirect speech, we have to take care of three steps: change the pronoun, backshift the tense, change the time and place expression. In this example, you see that the pronoun I in direct speech has become he in indirect speech. When the reporting verb of direct speech is in past tense, then all the present tense are changed to past tense in indirect speech. Here the reporting verb is said. The verb has changed from am, present tense, to was, past tense in indirect speech. When Ben spoke, his words were in present tense. But now when we report his words, we change them to past tense. This is called shifting the tense to the past, backshifting. We also see that now, which is a time expression, has become then in indirect speech. This is the third step. These are the three main steps that we make when converting a sentence from direct speech to indirect speech. Change the pronoun, backshift the tense, and change the time and place expression. In indirect speech, tenses do not change if the words used within the quotes talk of a habitual action or universal truth. Here goes an example. She said, "We cannot live without air." "We cannot live without air" is a universal truth. The answer is, she said that we cannot live without air. We notice there's no change in the tense. The tense of direct speech do not change if the reporting verb is in the future tense or present tense. As an example, she says or will say, "I am going." Here, the reporting verb says is present tense and will say is future. The answer is, she says or will say she is going. Tense remains the same. She is going is present tense. The pronoun I has changed to she. Let's now practice converting direct speech to indirect speech using these three steps with an exercise. So stay with me till the end. Example, Tina said, "I always drink coffee." Sentence number 1. You can give a try. Pause the video. The answer is, Tina said that she always drank coffee. The pronoun I changed to she. The verb drink, that is present tense, changed to drank, past tense. And here there is no mentioning of time and place. So we don't need the third step. Coming to the next sentence, sentence number 2. Don said, "I am playing the guitar." Pause the video and give a try. The reported speech is John said that he was playing the guitar. I changes to he, change of pronoun. Am playing, present continuous. Changes to was playing, past continuous. Sentence number 3. James told me I have been to Boston. Why don't you try? The reported speech is James told me that he had been to Boston. The pronoun I changed to he, have been, present perfect, changed to had been, past perfect. So present perfect is changed to past perfect. Number 4. My son is graduating next week, she said with great excitement. Now this is little different. Here we see the reporting clause she said with great excitement at the end of the sentence. So what do? When we change such sentence to indirect speech, we always put that reporting clause at the beginning. The answer is, she said with great excitement that her son was graduating the following week. My son becomes her son, change the pronoun, is graduating, present continuous, changes to was graduating, past continuous. Next week changes to the next week or the following week, that is change of time. It's a rule. So she said with great excitement that her son was graduating the following week. Sentence number 5. She said, Iron arrived a week ago. You can try the answer. She said that Iron had arrived a week before. In the direct quote, the verb is already in the past simple tense, arrived. Now when we backshift a past simple tense verb, it changes to past perfect, that is had arrived. She said that Irene had arrived a week before. And go changes to before, or go changes to before. Next sentence, we were playing basketball, they told me. They told me that they had been playing basketball. Were playing is a past continuous verb. It is backshifted to past perfect continuous verb, had been playing. So they told me that they had been playing basketball. Past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. The next sentence, she promised she will reach Scotland tomorrow. Try the sentence. She promised that she would reach Scotland the next day or the following day. The modal verb will has been changed to its past form would, and tomorrow has become the next day or the following day. So she promised that she would reach Scotland the next day or the following day. Now with the verb promise, you can also make a sentence like this. Now this is the special use of the verb, the reporting verb promise, using to plus an infinitive. She promised to reach Scotland the next day or the following day. To reach. To plus infinitive. Number 8. David said, I could buy a camera. The indirect speech is, David said that he could buy a camera. Did you notice the modal verb could is already a past form? So it remains the same. So David said that he could buy a camera. There's no change in the indirect speech. Could, would, should, might, ought to. These are the models that do not change. Number 9. The girl said, "My brother and I are going to have pizza tonight." The answer is, the girl said that she and her brother were going to have pizza that night. My brother and I becomes she and her brother. Only with I, we put the other person first, like my brother and I, my friend and I, etc. But with the other pronoun, we put the pronoun first, like she and her brother. Now, are going to becomes were going to, and tonight changes to that night. The girl said that she and her brother were going to have pizza that night. I think you have got it right. Next sentence, he said, "If nuclear energy is used mistakenly, we shall die." The indirect speech is, he said that if nuclear energy was used mistakenly, we should die. Is changed to was, shall changed to should. That's the past. Next sentence, Jerry stated, "I can use cold colors instead of warm colors." Jerry stated that he could use cold colors instead of warm colors. Notice that can has become could. That is a past tense of can. Next sentence, "I may meet with my sister," said my mother. Try the answer. Yes, my mother said that she might meet with her sister. I may has become she might. Sentence number 14. Tom said, "I must obey the rules." The answer is, Tom said that he must or had to obey the rules. Both are right. Must can either stay the same or you can use had to. The last sentence, the police officer said, "You mustn't park here." Now, mustn't is a negative word. But if you have mustn't, it stays as mustn't. It doesn't change in the indirect speech. The police officer said that I mustn't park here. In this video, we have practiced only statements. Questions, requests, instructions and advice will be practiced in part 2 video of a reported speech. I hope the video was useful. Reported speech continues in my next video. Link will be provided in the description box. For watching more grammar lessons, visit the link in the description box. Thank you, friends. That was English World with Preeta Uttaman.